Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our Durham Region Real Estate Monthly Market Update. Today, we're going to be reviewing the market update numbers for July 2019. Now, to take a closer look at what's going on in the marketplace, we're going to take a look at listings, sales, average sales prices, as well as a couple inventory benchmarks, and we're going to talk about a few key takeaways from this current market. Now, when we look at the total number of listings, we saw 1,892 new listings come to market in Durham Region in July, which was an increase of 13% from the 1,675 a year ago. Not only is that an increase when you look at month over month, but when you compare it past year to date to this year to date, we're still up 4% on the listing side, which means we're just generally seeing more activity or more inventory coming to market than we did last year. Now, when you look at total number of sales, we saw 1,041 homes sell in Durham Region, and that's a whopping 31% more than the 794 that we saw last year. Now, that's 31% more than last July. Again, when we're comparing this year to date to that last year to date, we're still up 15% in total activity with sales. So what does this mean for average sales price? The average sales price in Durham Region in July was almost $605,000, which is 3.6% more than this point last year. Now, when you actually look at a month-over-month basis, we're down $16,000 from June. However, that's expected due to the seasonality of the real estate market. When you pull back and take a look at the rolling 12 months average real estate prices, you'll see that things have been fairly stable month over month. Now, when we look at the total months of inventory in Durham Region, we're sitting at 2.1, which is fairly tight. We used to be at 2.8 this time last year. Now, what's months of inventory? If you were to stop listing homes right now, but you kept selling them at the current pace, you want to calculate how long it takes you for you to run out of inventory. 0 to 4 is deemed to be a seller's market, 4 to 6 is balanced, and anything over 6% is considered a buyer's market. We are nowhere near being considered a buyer's market right now. So no matter what people are saying, the market's not what it used to be. The market's not what it used to be from a very unhealthy, hot market. That wasn't good, what was going on in 2017. We rebounded, we came down, and now things have gone on a fairly stable trajectory. Days on market has stayed fairly consistent at just over 3 weeks. It's been the same with no matter what market we've been in, whether it was the hot market or a year ago we were sitting at 24 days. We're around the same range. The average sale price to list price ratio was 98% in July, which means that if you're listing your property for $500,000, you're more than likely going to be selling it for around the $490,000 mark. Now, this is something that you should be really taking into consideration when you're interviewing real estate agents, because 98% is the average. A real estate agent that has a higher sale price to list price ratio means that they're pricing their properties better, and they more than likely have a shorter days on market as well. Our sales to new listings ratio sits at about 55%. 40 to 60 is considered a balanced market, while with 50 being perfectly balanced. Anything over 60% is a seller's market, and anything under a 40 is a buyer's market. So we're sitting at 55 right now. So we're not quite a seller's market, but it's headed there, because just a couple months ago, we were sitting at around 45% sales to new listings ratio. Now, this also means that even at 55%, 45% of homes are not selling. So almost 1 in 2 listings are just sitting on the market, pushing buyers to the other properties that are priced better, that show better, and they're helping them sell. It's a pretty crazy stat when you think about it, that almost half of the people that are listing their homes right now are not actually selling. Now, a few key takeaways from July. This was the first month since 2016 that we saw 4 consecutive months of 1,000 sales or more in Durham Region. We've also had 5 consecutive months of the average sales price in Durham Region being over $600,000, something we haven't seen happen since the first half of 2017. We've also had 5 months out of the 7 this year where we've had more listings come to market than the same period a year ago. So what does this all mean? To be honest, nobody knows for sure. There's so many variables out of our control on a much larger scale that anything could really happen. However, in my opinion, with what's been happening, it looks like buyer confidence has come back, seller's confidence has come back, as well as with the government making the new changes to the stress test. More buyers have been coming into the market as well. I really don't see anything fundamentally changing where you're going to see property values come back down. We are getting back into the situation where you might even start seeing a lot more multiple offers happen in particular price points. We've already had it happen for things under $500,000, in Oshawa ranges. If you're in a bungalow, certain properties are still getting multiple offers and bidding wars. So I don't see this is going to be changing anytime soon. The fundamentals are strong. Employment growth is strong. Population growth is strong. Our proximity to the GTA and the fact that we're so undervalued for all the different areas around the GTA These are all reasons why I genuinely believe we're going to see property values continuously go back up at a healthy pace. So again, we're 3.5% higher at average sales prices this year than we were July last year. That's literally like a perfect range of growth for real estate values. I never want to see 10, 20, 30% growth year over year, just because you know that's not healthy for such a stable asset class, and you're expecting to see some sort of pullbacks. Now, having said that, this update is for all of Durham Region, every single city, as well as every neighborhood, and each property type is going to be affected differently by what's going on in the real estate market. Now, even though we're technically in a balance to sellers market right now, if you were to ask a 4-bedroom homeowner in Bowmanville what kind of market they're in, they'd more than likely tell you that they're in a buyer's market, just because they've got such a huge influx of inventory with not as much demand. You've got a lot more to compete with. That's why it's so important to kind of look at each listing on a unique basis to figure out what kind of market they're in. It's going to help you figure out how to price it, as well as how to approach your marketing campaigns for it. Now, if you would like a more specific market update for your particular city, we offer that to our clients in our database. So if you're interested, feel free to shoot me a message with your email address as well as the city that you're in, and we'll be able to send you our monthly newsletter. It's a breakdown like this for Durham Region, but more specific to your particular city. If you're ever curious to know what your home is worth in the current market as well, never hesitate to reach out. We offer free, no obligation market evaluations for you all out there. And if you're not necessarily interested in having a real estate agent come over as well, we've got you covered. Click the link below, type in your information at homevalue123.ca, and we'll send you your online evaluation. And again, there's absolutely no cost or commitment for any of this. I hope you enjoyed this month's market update. If you did, please like, share with somebody that you think would also enjoy it, and be sure to subscribe for next month's update. And as always, if you've got any questions or comments, please never hesitate to let me know. Until next time, have a good one.